Welcome back to another season of Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff. We thought we'd start the season off in style. We're going to be in my backyard. Now look, we've all heard the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker. We're going to start this season off with the butcher, the chef, and the barbecue maker. And I tossed in a pit master just to be the color commentator. Join me now as we kick off this new season of Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff. When we were last together, we were in your butcher shop. We were cutting up some great slabs of beef. You let me cut a tomahawk up.
I did do that. Slide the knife.
Don't saw.
Don't saw. Lovely.
What did you bring? What
Awesome.
do you got?
I brought all kinds of different stuff so that we can talk about where they all come from and all that sort of thing. So when you were in the store, yes, we cut a tomahawk, which is this piece here.
And it's
that might even be the one you cut.
I don't know
really
who butchered that tomahawk, but that looks
good.
great.
Well, it must be you then.
I think it was the one I
It
cooked.
must have been you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When you start with the animal, when it's done, slaughtered and processed, you end up with a side of beef, out of which comes the prime rib, and the prime rib makes the tomahawk. So that's the rib bone that's in the tomahawk.
Right.
And then that's the prime rib. If it's this big, it's the roast. If we leave it like this and cut in between the bones, you get 7 steaks, i.e. tomahawks. You can cut it down farther, which is this big piece behind, but there's a small one to see, and then that becomes a ribeye.
So that ribeye is part of
this. That's this piece
right here.
Right there. So take the cap off, take the bone off, you get a ribeye.
Ribeyes, right.
The other big one that everybody talks about is a strip loin. So a New York strip loin, which is a T-bone with no bone.
Okay.
Right, so you take the fillet out, you take the bone out, you're left with a strip loin.
Okay.
And then this is just a sample of how good it can be, because look at the marbling in that. That is an Australian Wagyu strip loin.
So these are the same cuts, New York strip steak, Wagyu.
Yep, and that's a Canadian AAA. That's an Aussie Wagyu
Perfect.
M9. Let's slide that out of the way so people can see.
I just want to point out whoever butchered this tomahawk did a spectacular
It's an awesome job.
It's
It
an
really
awesome
is.
job. It really is.
Somebody went all out on that one.
Yes, yes.
So this is a ribeye. That's a whole ribeye.
Okay.
So
let's go throw it on the grill.
Okay, let's do that. In a minute. If you take a prime rib, the whole prime rib, it comes in, it weighs about 45 pounds. It's got short ribs on it, which are those long bones in the tomahawk with meat on them still.
Okay.
And then it's got this with the cap and whatnot on it. So if I leave the cap and the small bones in the bottom, it's prime rib roast.
Okay.
If we take the cap away, take the bones away, which are, if you leave them in a piece, it's called a Texas rib, by the way. And you're left with this, which is a whole prime rib. So when we cut that ribeye, if we just kind of take the edge off of that, then you can see that.
Oh, okay. There's the ribeye, right? Yeah.
Right?
That looks great.
So it's always got this fat on the inside. It's got a little bit fat cap on the outside.
Right.
The marbling is the stuff in the inside.
And again, this is what's going to make it happy. This is
That's the stuff you want. Absolutely.
And we want this fat and stuff on top of here.
If I'm roasting that as is, like you just suggested, yeah, I don't take anything off.
Okay.
I would leave it just that way.
We want that to render and melt.
Oh yeah,
right,
and it goes nice and crispy on the outside and all that good wholesome flavor.
Okay. And if we're going to cut it into steaks, we want to clean that up a little bit.
Just well, you can see there's not a lot, right? Like it's a little thick, and I would just clean this up just for presentation's sake,
right?
Not because it's bad to be there.
Okay. Now we hear a lot of questions. What's the best cut of beef? And if I ask, 10 people, I'm going to get 11 answers.
Yes, you will.
Best cut of beef. But you are the expert.
Uh-oh.
You are the butcher. We're going right to the cow's mouth here.
Well, he just called me a cow.
So what's the best cut? What and why? In your
if I'm doing steaks, I use a ribeye.
Okay.
I like the extra fat that's in it over a strip loin. If you look at the strip loin and the ribeye that we brought, there's more marbling and more fat in the inside of a ribeye than there is in a strip loin.
Right. Lots of names. It all comes from generally the same cuts.
Yep.
They all make great steak.
And they join together on the animal.
Well, listen, I'll let you know. I brought in Chef Andrew. You know Chef Andrew?
I've met Chef Andrew.
Yeah,
We've worked together.
You
yes,
worked
indeed.
together, yeah. So he's going to throw some of these on the grill, show us how to cook them, and make some great sides to go with them. But almost as important to that is we have to treat this with some great respect.
Absolutely.
I brought in the guys from Bogline Barbecues. They build barbecues.
That's awesome.
And they have brought some of their best stuff here to show us today. I see some smoke coming up. I
can feel the smoke, smell the smoke.
We've got this. We're going to butcher this up a little bit right now.
Yeah, we're going to cut that up a little bit.
Okay, great. And I see Chef Andrew sharpening his knife, so I'm going to head over there and see what he's going to cook up with the steaks for us today.
Perfect.
All right,
awesome.
Let's do that. Andrew, thanks for joining us, man.
Thanks, Jeff, for having me.
You know Chris from Chris's Country Cuts?
For a lot of years.
Yeah,
we all know Chris.
We filmed at his butcher shop. We did some great cuts then. He brought some by today. You saw what we were doing with them.
Absolutely.
I just felt like we needed experts everywhere today. We got expert barbecue builders, expert butchers. We needed a chef.
Surround yourself with the best possible
There you go.
people.
Hey, hold that thought. What is that? Hold on for a second. Who's over here? Hey, Brocky.
Hey, Jeff, I smelt the smoke and I thought the last time you smelt smoke at my house, you stopped in and started cooking.
And I crashed the party. So you're here to return the favor is what you're saying?
Absolutely. You got some food for me?
Why don't we park this? Come on back and join us. Got Chef Andrew here. We're just about to do some cooking.
Sounds great.
Adam, thanks for coming by, buddy.
Hey, Jeff.
Time to
Andrew.
do everything.
How are you, buddy?
Better now.
Listen, you don't have an apron.
I didn't bring my
You
apron.
didn't bring your chillin' and grillin' apron, so I'll have to give you mine.
Looks
And,
like Andrew needs a sous
He
chef.
needs a sous chef. And listen, I just said we need experts everywhere. We got the expert butcher, the expert barbecue makers. We got the chef. We need the pit master.
Pit master. All
Hey,
right,
come
let's
do
do it.
All right, great. So listen, we need some great sides to go with these steaks. We raided my fridge. We didn't have everything, but we got some stuff.
We got some stuff. You know, it's summertime now. We're gonna keep it light. We're gonna just do some asparagus right on the chark or on the wood fire. We're gonna do some grilled garlic scapes on the wood fire as well. We're gonna caramelize some shallots. We got these lovely mushrooms. We're just gonna toss everything with garlic. We're gonna also grill up this pineapple. We're gonna do a beautiful little pineapple and smoked gorgonzola salad.
What can I do to help? And when I say that, what I really mean is, what can Brocky do to help?
Well, now that he's here, I'm just gonna go find a beer and we're just gonna direct him. And
All right.
well, right now we got some garlic chopped. I'm gonna just get some onions cleaned up here. I'm gonna start with these shallots. We want to keep it whole. It's a hot fire, so we're gonna get Brocky to peel these for us.
Sounds
There
good.
You go. Beautiful white onion. Smells fantastic. Just a nice light lunch. And that's what we're looking for today with the boys.
I don't do anything light,
Yeah, I
Andrew.
was gonna say, by light, you mean 20 pounds of beef?
And we're just gonna chop this up. We're gonna cook that up in a little butter, some fresh thyme, which is one of my favorites, and some garlic,
absolutely,
whole
yeah.
garlic. We're gonna take that garlic apart. Then we got this beautiful, beautiful smoked gorgonzola. Just gonna cut into that.
Oh, look at that.
Smell that.
Love it. Blue cheese is one of those sayings, gorgonzola, you either
Yeah.
love it or hate it, and
get-
I'm on the love it side.
Oh, that's with the steak, with some pineapple. Wait till you try this.
Absolutely. I've never grilled pineapple for a salad before. I've done it for desserts many times, marinated in some Grand Marnier,
It's gonna
grill
change
it
your
up,
world.
put it on
It's
ice
gonna
cream.
change your world.
And we're going to throw this right on the grill.
Yeah, we're gonna
Get the
just
heat
season
going,
them
just
up.
Season them up and throw them right
A
on.
little oil right onto the grill.
What
Get 'em
about
nice
these
and
mushrooms?
charred.
What's the plan with those?
I don't know. We'll figure it out as the day goes
What's
on.
going on?
The
Wait,
green
couple
onions,
beers will-
Andrew, are we doing these with the scapes?
We're gonna do them with the salad.
With the salad, okay,
Yeah.
great.
Good. Well, let's keep chopping. Everything's under control here. We got things going. I'm going to leave you in the hands of the great sous chef
Let's
over
do
here.
it.
All right.
And I'm going to head over there and check on the grill and see if we got some heat going on. Yes, Will. Hey, guys. Good to see you, man.
Hey, Jeff, how are you?
I'm
see
outstanding.
you.
Thanks for coming down.
Yeah.
So, listen, I was just over here with the butcher and the chef. We got some great steaks coming up. Andrew's whipping up some sides to go with it. We needed the perfect vehicle to cook on. I thought I got to call the guys from Bogline Barbecue and see what you can do for us. What do we got here? This looks amazing.
Well, this is our Santa Maria grill, which is an Argentinian style grill. So it's obviously a live fire cooker. Today we're going to be cooking on some white oak. So we got some nice seasoned white oak.
Why white oak?
Well, white oak is dense and provides a lot of BTUs per piece of wood. It also burns clean. So once we have this fire burning, we want a clean fire. You know, we don't want a overpowering smoke flavor. We're just looking for that nice, hot, efficient fire. And not only that, but white oak has a fairly neutral flavor in the world of cooked-woods.
Okay. Now,
So-
you guys, you built this.
Yeah, so we manufacture mostly commercial smokers and live fire cooking equipment. So, you know, this type of equipment can go in a restaurant and a patio, but it can also belong in the backyard like this.
So you're going to leave this one in the backyard. Just
I think we will, yeah.
Just to point that out, right?
One
so,
last thing for us to do.
That's
listen,
right.
Somebody doesn't go to school and take barbecue building 101. So what's your background? How did you get into building barbecues?
Well, I'm a welder by trade, and me and Nick actually we started doing this on the weekends as for fun, right? And then here we are. We just keep
Now,
building.
when I
Keep
talked
building.
to you the other day, you were saying that there's a lot of science that goes into building these because you build the large smokers as well.
There
And
is,
There's a lot of
yeah.
science and math that goes into one.
So
of these.
we come from a background in the oil and gas industry. You know, we started off in pipeline construction, ended up in oil refining. You know, so we brought a lot of good skills from that industry with us as far as, you know, working with steel and manufacturing things, even as far as business sense. But, you know, the science of barbecue, well, it's learned through trial and error, but also there's a lot of good information on the internet. You know, we started off with a program called Feldon's Barbecue Pit Calculator. So, you know, that's going to help you figure out the rough calculations to make a smoker run right, you know? So
Yeah, that's where it starts.
Yeah, but what we've learned too is there's different scales, and, you know, 250 gallon and below, one theory applies, and then over that 250 gallon mark, it becomes a whole different set of rules.
So you're not just welding steel together. You've done your homework here. You've, you know, applied the math, and you've come up with the perfect way to barbecue.
We've done it both ways.
Yeah. So this isn't a smoker though. What do we call this?
This is a grill or a barbecue, but this is a Santa Maria grill, so made popular in Santa Maria, California, but it's an Argentinian design. So they, you know, the open pit lined with fire brick and adjustable height grill definitely comes from that part of the world, and also specifically the V-grade grills. So these really add to the cooking experience. They help channel those fats away and collect them in a trough. They provide unique
right
grill
along
marks.
here. I didn't even notice that. Yeah.
Yeah, so those are all sloped.
Yeah.
We're trying to keep our bricks dry too at the same time. So it's the whole combination adds up just to a great grilling experience. And the fire bricks are a really important part too. You know, even if our fire isn't even, once those bricks are hot, they produce an even radiant heat.
And with the amount of wood you have in here, how long would we be able to cook on this? And maybe add a couple logs, but what are we looking at here? Several hours of
We
cook
can go
time?
all day, really.
Yeah, I think, you know, this particular load, you're gonna see a solid window of probably a good hour for, you know, today's application of steaks. You know, if you're doing, let's say you're doing some lower and slower proteins, you can always start off high, and then as that fire dwindles, bring that grill down to maintain your same level of intensity. But, you know, you can grill really all day just by adding wood or charcoal if you desire. And we also do coal generators if for more production. If someone's looking to, you know, run a restaurant and this thing on the patio, we actually will build a unit that you burn hardwood in, and then you just shovel coals out of it.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow, perfect.
So it depends on your application. If you're going to cook for more than 4 hours, you generally want to cook with a coal generator.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we've got the best butcher in town. He prepared some great looking steaks. I got a beautiful tomahawk. We've got some amazing steaks to go on the grill. Chef Andrew's going to walk us through the cooking process and put together some sides. I figured if I've got the best chef and the best meat, we need the best grill. That's why I called you guys from Bogline. I'm going to let you finish this off. We're going to grab the steaks and head back over here.
Awesome. Thanks,
Awesome,
Jeff.
guys. Thanks. Hey, guys, got that fire ready to go?
It's looking
Man,
good.
there is a lot of heat coming off of there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Got the gear. And you guys, again, you guys do all this stuff custom right here, right?
Yeah, we build everything.
Yeah, so we can play with the heat a little bit of that, Chef, if we need to bring it up or down. We
think
might
it should
keep you
be
guys
pretty
close
good.
by in case we need some help.
You can
but-
always put your finger in it, see if it's.
yeah, I'm going to jump right
But
in
we'll
that.
do the butter test.
It's
That's
melting.
a nice sizzle.
There's a lot of heat. You're right about that white oak, eh? Like, it's a very clean burner. There's not a ton of smoke coming off of there, but the heat is intense. We're throwing in the garlic.
Yeah, we're just gonna start caramelizing that. We're gonna add some onions, and you know what we're missing? We're missing something. We need some thyme.
Rocky, it's about time you bring some thyme.
It's always time for thyme. Why don't you throw a few sprigs in there, eh?
So we're just going to caramelize all these.
Yeah, get those nice. You know what we need? We need some sherry.
I got you.
Yeah, you got something for me?
All right, Andrew, I got the sherry vinegar here.
Thanks, Brocky. Just a little splash.
I think Jeff's got
Hey,
something
Brocky.
a little bit better than
I
that.
see
yeah.
your sherry vinegar, and I raise you 1 bottle of bourbon.
And that's
Oh,
why I
yes,
like
sir.
ya. Oh, yeah. Just cook that out.
Well, Jeff, you know what the rule of grilling is.
Let me get the shot glasses.
One for the pan, one for the cook.
So we're gonna get that hot. We're just gonna caramelize them.
All right, Chef, we just lowered this thing a couple more inches to bring up the heat. You wanted a little more heat. And we've already got some caramelizing happening on the garlic and the onions. What are you going to toss in there next?
Just gonna do some cremini mushrooms.
This is going to go great with those steaks.
Absolutely.
What do you think, Brocky? Could you do some barbecuing on that?
Absolutely. I can't wait to see how these steaks turn out. I mean, onions, garlic, mushrooms, thyme. That's all good. But
Bourbon.
let's get to the beef.
I think we need more bourbon.
More bourbon. Keep bringing on the
Mushrooms are
bourbon.
gonna drink all the bourbon. I think what we'll do is get these cooked most of the way.
Yeah.
Garlic scapes won't take long, and the The asparagus won't take long, but maybe when we bring this up a bit, we'll throw the pineapple on,
Okay.
and we'll start our
Grill that,
pineapple
and then you'll
salad.
let me know when we got to throw the steaks on.
100%.
So that pineapple's all nice and grilled up. That looks great.
Oh, the
Caramelized.
flavors on this will be amazing.
We're still caramelizing and reducing, and the heat is incredible. And I love how we keep adjusting this grill to control the heat.
Absolutely.
Perfect, eh?
Yeah,
So what are we
I've
throwing
got it
on
on the low side here now, so we're just going to finish rendering out.
Garlic scapes.
Garlic scapes.
So a lot of people are not, I've been asked a few times, what exactly is this? So,
It's grown up from the bulb, right? So when it's a hard neck garlic you get it from.
right?
And so when the garlic's growing, this will shoot up in the spring, and they're just fantastic. You can make pestos out of this. You can do anything you want
And
with
you've
this.
just got olive oil and a little bit of salt and pepper on
Olive
here.
oil, salt, and pepper.
We're going to get this on the heat.
Just going to get this on the grill.
Oh, I love the look of that.
Just going to char them up. They're going to be part of the side dish.
Just going to put it on the side. And,
Yep, along with the mushrooms and the asparagus.
Man, those look
Perfect.
beautiful, eh? Look at that.
They're going to
That's
be
the char you're looking for.
fantastic.
Loving
That
it.
is just a little fresh extra virgin oil and a little bit of the Himalayan salt.
Just to make it happy. All
Done,
right,
Steve.
so some asparagus, fresh local stuff right here.
100%. Let's coat them up a little bit.
You
Toss
can
them
never have
around.
too much olive oil, right?
Give us a little lubricant, kind of evens out the char. Anybody see Brocky? Oh, hey, how are you, Brocky?
Hey, Andrew, that asparagus is looking good, but I thought I could use some cheese and garlic.
We got a little pecorino and a little chopped garlic. Great, great thoughts. So we're almost done with these. I like to cook them just till there's a little bit of limpness to them, not too limp.
That's right. Yeah, nobody likes a soggy asparagus.
Okay, Adam, we're almost there. Gonna slip these into our skillet.
Let's get it in that pan. We'll get this garlic and cheese in there.
So want to just finish it up with a little bit of extra virgin oil, Himalayan salt, a wee sprinkle. I'm gonna take a little bit of that garlic. And you want to grate some of that pecorino in for me? That's beautiful.
Look at that. And we'll get some salt out of that cheese too, won't we,
Yeah,
Andrew?
absolutely. There we go. You can even throw that back on and melt the cheese. This is be beautiful.
Looks like you guys got the sides wrapped up.
We do. I think it's
we're
going to
good.
be something
I'm
special.
going to go get Chris. I'm going to bring the steaks back now, boys.
Yum.
Let's
Bring
get
on
to
the
the
meat.
meat.
So what do we got here, buddy?
Oh, we got a nice selection. Wagyu, strip loin, Canadian AAA, strip loin, 3 ribeyes, and a tomahawk.
Well, listen, I was going to cook, but I'm going to pass over my tongs to you and the chef, and I'm just going to stand by and drool.
That's a good idea.
All
Do
right.
you need a napkin?
I'm just wondering what the rest of you are going to eat, Jeff.
Yeah.
Just gonna get these nicely seasoned.
So, and what are we looking for here? Walk us through the cooking process, because
We want some good heat. You want the fire hot, but you don't want it smoking hot. Like a lot of people to barbecues will get it up to 900 degrees. Turn it down. You just want the grate hot. We're using fire. You want that absolute heat
a
as
lot
well.
of spread out
So
heat.
we can move
and-
it
yeah.
a little cooler here. So we're
Right.
just going to play with it as it cooks,
Yeah,
right?
all right.
So these are all different
So
steaks.
they're all different thicknesses. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming you want to throw the
We're gonna do
tomahawk
that one
on first,
All right.
and the Wagyu last.
Yes,
Because it
sir.
takes the least amount of time.
We're going to put the seasoned side down. I'm going to start it right over here.
Oh, listen to that.
Listen to that
Listen to
sizzle.
that
Yeah,
sizzle.
we want to hear that noise coming
And
out
we're
of
going to
there.
give it some good resting time afterwards, just
okay.
to let it relax and chill.
Look at that.
Get this one more in the center.
This is what we're looking for right here.
So I'll just give us this little seasoning on this side here. Well, I think we'll go to medium rare. I think everybody likes medium rare. Okay, I'm just going to slow it down a bit.
All right. Do we
just
still
want that.
happy with the heat? Because you
Yeah,
know,
I
we can
think
lower
so.
the
It
grill.
might
and get
lower
more.
it. So we got the flame right under this tomahawk
Yeah,
now.
this is great. All right, Chef, what do you think? Is it time for that Wagyu? By the way, I know, as in any barbecue scenario, awesome barbecue and beef, and the crowd thickens around the grill.
The party's always in the
That's right.
kitchen.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So there's that Wagyu. We ready to put that on?
Oh, look at that. It's nicely rested, eh? And room temp, which is key, no?
It is key. Sure, you don't put it on cold because the muscles all
It'll
contract,
shock, right?
and then,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
it won't
It'll
be as
toughens
tender
up.
as it can be.
Well, Andrew, those steaks look awesome. They're going to rest, right? We talked about the importance of letting these suckers rest.
Just let them
We don't want to
relax.
rush them along. We've got our sides ready to go. So tell me a little bit. What did we do? Remind me, what do we have going on here?
We got our pineapple we grilled up. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to have you pick some parsley leaves and just
right.
put them to the side. And we're going to toss some of our smoked gorgonzola into the
Nice. And we had a taste of
pineapple
that
mixture.
earlier. That is incredible. I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't have thought of mixing gorgonzola and pineapple.
A lot of great ideas come from mistakes. Yeah, so I'm just cutting these a little smaller. They're just a little easier to grill when they're bigger.
So while you're chopping that up again, what did we have here? We had garlic, shallots, and that nice white onion, and some fresh thyme, bourbon, and butter. So bourbon butter.
Bourbon times 2.
There we go. We let that caramelize and sit and get happy.
Yeah.
Then we had the garlic scapes. You
Yes.
just did olive oil and some salt on those. That was it.
Extra virgin olive oil, salt, a little twist of pepper. That was it.
And then we just hit that on the nice hot coals that we had over there.
Absolutely. The
Cold everything
coals
out.
are nice hot barbecue for those are best. You want a nice little crust on it.
So we're gonna have the steaks. We're gonna have our mushrooms and bourbon butter, our scapes, and this nice salad. We're gonna
We
sit
have
on
our
the table.
asparagus.
Oh, forgot about that. You're right. So we had our asparagus, and again, just on the grill, olive oil, some salt and pepper, and then what did we do with the cheese? We had a little grated pecorino on top.
You bet.
That's going to bring some salt to the taste.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So I've
This
got
is
the
gonna be
pineapple
awesome.
nicely diced up.
All right.
And we got some, just gonna rip this up. Let's just, it's a
Leave it
backyard
cold.
barbecue. You want that freshness from the
Right,
parsley, right?
exactly.
I much prefer the flat leaf parsley to the curly parsley. The flavor is just so fresh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take some of these spring onions here. Just gonna chop them up, add that. Now you said you had some beautiful balsamic vinegar, right?
I do, right over here. So this, some friends of ours brought us this for a nice gift. It's the honey balsamic, and it is fantastic.
Well, let's take advantage of it.
All right, let's toss it on there. This is a bit thicker.
A little sprinkle like that, perfect. A little touch of oil, and then we're gonna take some cheese. And we're just gonna rip it apart, crumble it in there.
Man, that is the perfect pairing for these steaks. That looks fantastic.
Your mouth is gonna water like.
Oh, it already is. That just looks so good.
And of course, my sherry vinegar, because I love sherry vinegar.
And
Just a wee
what does the
splash.
sherry vinegar do to it? Just brightens
Just,
it up with
yeah,
some
you're
acid
gonna
in
get
there?
that nice acidity. It's
Right.
really the contrast to the pineapple and the cheese. The cheese
Okay.
is nice and rich, so there's a lot going on in there with just so few ingredients.
Right.
We're just gonna toss that up.
And you know when you're barbecuing steaks and you're tossing this together, you got to use the same tongs. You got to get some flavor going.
Flavor,
on, right?
you're right, yeah.
It's the
Less is more, less is more.
Backyard barbecue. That looks fresh. It looks fantastic for the summer. So our steaks are done. We're going to slice those up.
Just toss it around.
All right, let's plate the rest of this stuff up. Guys, let's grab a seat, grab a drink, and let's enjoy. All right, I mentioned at the beginning of the show that we didn't bring in the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker. We brought in the butcher, the chef, and the barbecue makers for this episode to kick off the season. We tossed in a pit master just for fun because he was driving by, so why not? But listen, guys, this looks fantastic. Bogline barbecue over here. That thing was incredible to cook on. I mean, we could move that grill up and down.
Can't
Hey,
wait
what
for
do you
mine
guys
to
think
show
about
up.
that? Eh?
Yeah.
Can't wait for mine to
Mine's
show
on
up.
order.
We're all placing orders right now. Chris, the steak, I mean, this looks incredible. We got some Wagyu, we got tomahawks. Learned a lot about butchering them and caring for them and cooking them in general. And then we got our chef, did a great job with our sides and finishing off those steaks. Adam, Brocky 519, talking us through all what's going on, giving us some great ideas. This was an incredible afternoon. Cheers to summer days, good friends, good barbecue, and smoking and cooking steaks.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Cheers, everybody.
Chillin' and grilling.
Chillin' and grilling with Jeff. All right, let's dig in.